Car shopping can be overwhelming. There are so many choices, and sometimes sticker shock is enough to make you run right out of the showroom. But Suzuki has a remedy for that. In the last 2 years, this small Japanese brand has launched a quartet of new cars, and all with very affordable prices. So affordable that U.S. sales have jumped 25%. So when this little Reno hatchback arrived in our driveway, we couldn't wait to see if it will lead to more big success. True, value for the dollar is a big reason Suzuki is enjoying big success. But it also has to do with the cars. The Reno, like the Forenza sedan and wagon and Verona sedan, are made in Korea by GM's Daewoo subsidiary. And as we found out from our long-term Verona, they're reasonable prices by very good quality. Indeed, the subcompact Reno has a lot going for it, including its chassis. It's the same as the Forenza sedan, but the Reno is a sporty 5-door hatchback aimed squarely at the young and active. The handsome Ital design pinned lines are sleek, with a European flow that would not look out of place on the streets of Paris or Milan. This is the best-looking Suzuki yet. Like the Forenza, the Reno rides on a 102.4-inch wheelbase that's a little shorter than competitors like the Focus ZX5 or Mazda 3 5-door. But at 67.9 inches, the Reno is wider than most rivals, so it packs quite a bit of interior space into its streamlined body. Its 95 cubic foot cabin is big for a subcompact. Again, sharing much with the Forenza, the layout of the instrument panel is trendy and the quality of the switchgear is excellent. Gauges are big with an overlapping style popular in sports cars. All Renos are very well equipped with power windows, locks and mirrors, air conditioning with Micron air filtration, and an MP3 capable 8-speaker CD audio system. EX models like our test car include standard leather upholstery on surprisingly comfortable bucket seats. All adjustments are manual, but height and lumbar controls are included, as are standard front side impact airbags. Rear seat entry requires tall folks to crouch a bit, but once in, there's enough head and leg room for 6-footers. The 60/40 split bench has a center armrest with 2 cup holders and folds easily. This expands the small 8.8 cubic foot luggage space to that of a small SUV. Passengers and cargo are pulled around by the same 2-liter dual overhead cam 4-cylinder used in Forenza. It delivers a modest 126 horsepower and 131 pound-feet of torque, or below average for a top-flight subcompact. EX grades include a standard front-drive 4-speed automatic transmission. A 5-speed manual is standard on S and LX trim. Our test EX delivered smooth but slow shifts in our acceleration runs. 0 to 60 takes a leisurely 10.9 seconds, while the quarter mile ends in a longish 18 seconds at 76 miles per hour. Opt for the manual if you're in a hurry. That would certainly allow you to make better use of this willing 4-cylinder, which exhibits a pleasing smooth character, good mid-range pull, and not too much thrashing at the red line. Handling hardware is a straightforward McPherson strut front and a dual-link rear design. Like Forenza, it's tuned very soft, which means lots of body roll in corners. Balance is quite good, however, and the car turns in smartly and exhibits only mild front push. The heavy roll does scrub off a lot of speed if you push the Reno hard, however, but the chassis stays planted, and the soft speed-sensitive steering still delivers reasonable feedback. Reno's brakes are standard 4-wheel disc. Disc drum is more typical in this class. With the optional anti-lock engaged, our test car stopped from 60 in a reasonable average distance of 129 feet. The chassis feels somewhat unsettled in hard stops, but it does retain its grip on the road. Still, not quite as solid a feel as its better competitors. The same goes for ride quality. The Reno is reasonably quiet and comfortable on smooth roads, but tends to hop and bop a bit too much on choppy pavement. EPA fuel mileage ratings are 22 city and 30 highway. Our mixed test loop delivered a disappointing 23 miles per gallon. Maybe we drive too fast. On the plus side, the Reno S carries a base price of only $13,994. Opt for the LX and pay $15,894. While the fully loaded EX wears a $17,494 sticker. Hardly expensive, but if you're willing to forego a few items like leather upholstery, that same sticker price will also buy most of the better Japanese and domestic rivals. What they don't have is the sure bet of Suzuki's 7-year, 100,000-mile engine warranty. So the 2005 Suzuki Reno is a great-looking, high-value little car that is competent by every measure. And while its subcompact playground is tough to say the least, with lots of style, substance, and quality packed into its diminutive frame, this sharp little 5-door is sure to keep Suzuki's sales climbing. Well, I hope you'll join us next week for more Motorweek, when we'll witness a Dodge Charger revival and test the latest Audi A6. I'm John Davis. We'll see you then.
To learn more about Motorweek, television's original automotive magazine, visit pbs.org. Motorweek has been brought to you by the Stanley Works, makers of professional-grade mechanics and automotive tools. Stanley, proud to support public television. Stanley, make something great. Information available at www.stanleytools.com. To order a video cassette of this program, call 1-800-873-6154. This program was produced by Maryland Public Television, which is solely responsible for its content.